Hayhouse Publishing changed the course of my life. If it had not been for Dr. Wayne Dyer and his words, his loving words, I probably would never have even had the courage to step out of my little box and start to write. But I actually want to talk to you guys about the Speak, Write, Promote conference that I attended, that experience, and what it was like to be chosen as one of the first 4 recipients to be coached by the CEO of Hayhouse, Reed Tracy, and one of their best-selling authors, Cheryl Richardson. My name is Dr. Charlotte Sharfin. I'm a board-certified emergency physician. I have been working in medicine for, over 15 years. And I've had a different pull, though. I have, over the past several years, been feeling this burning desire to share my stories, the lessons that my patients have brought me, and that was my motivation to start writing, was to honor that, because I feel like their lessons are completely universal. And so I had been to a writing conference, and I love to write. It's my passion. It's my outlet. I also love to tell stories. I talk a lot, but I have a huge fear, and that's a fear of public speaking. So I honestly had no intention to go to the Speak, Write, Promote conference. Actually, I made multiple reasons, multiple excuses why I just didn't need to be there. It was expensive. I had other obligations. That weekend just wasn't working out for me. Although it was in my city, I didn't have to buy a plane ticket. I didn't have to pay for a hotel room. All I had to do was get in my car and drive there. And again, I made so many excuses, but the signs just kept coming up. It kept coming up, and I kept ignoring it until about 48 hours before the conference. I was driving down the coastal highway, and I had this thought, just kind of hit me out of nowhere, and the thought was, maybe I should really consider going to this Speak, Write, Promote conference. There's probably something there for me. I wonder if there's any tickets left. No sooner had I had that thought, and I looked over to my right, and there was a humongous billboard, huge white billboard, and in huge blue letters it read, Wayne Dyer. Now, D-R-Y-E-R. Before I even understood who Wayne was, that was the name I actually called him. I could never get the Dyer part correct. And so I just sat back and I laughed, and I drove straight home, and I bought my ticket. Luckily, there was still one left. And if you asked me, was I happy that I went? Did I get out of it what I hoped? My answer would be no. Because my human brain could not even fathom the gifts that this conference gave me and would continue to give me, not just during the couple of days that it occurred. First of all, you are in actually a smaller conference room than what I was used to with Hayhouse. It was very intimate. There may have been, I don't know, somewhere between 80 to 100 people. So you have Reed and you have Cheryl, but you're so close to them and you feel so intimate with them. And they're sharing pearls of wisdom that I don't know you'd get at another conference. So that in itself was worth the price of tuition. But the other thing for me was surrounding myself with the energy in that room, with the people that were just as inspired as I was, and meeting them and getting to know them. And I still have many friendships just because of that conference. And I loved it because as an ER doctor, I was struggling. I didn't know how to navigate this path. I can do emergency medicine with my eyes closed, but trying to actually learn how to write and speak and bring a message to the world that I felt so passionate about, I didn't know how to do that. And so it was really nice to be in a place where there were people that were struggling with that concept just like me. There were people that just really had no clue whatsoever. They just knew they needed to be there. And then there were people that had actually been writing and speaking and publishing. And so it was such a warm, beautiful place to be. So those things were amazing. I got a life coach out of it just because of something Cheryl said. And then there were some personal things that happened for me that I could never have fathomed. I watched one of the speakers, we got to volunteer, first of all. I was petrified I was going to be called on, but actually this was such a safe space. So you weren't forced to do anything you didn't want to do, even though I did actually force myself to raise my hand each time we could volunteer. But I'll never forget the holistic vet that stood up and shared a story. And I went home after that really moved by what he said and had a complete revelation about my own dog and a resentment that I'd been holding on to because of a failed marriage, and healed that because I went to the Hayhouse conference. They can't put that in a brochure. And things continued even after that. So if you were like me and you're wondering and you're questioning, but you're getting these signs, should I go, should I not? I'd say listen to your signs, because I can't imagine not going to one of Hayhouse's conferences and not getting something amazing out of it. Now, because I attended the conference, every attendee had the abilities to submit a video, something that you could teach the world, and then they'd view it, and guess what? They'd choose 4 people, 3 or 4 people. Being the procrastinator and overworked ER physician that I was, I waited, of course, to the very last minute. I had 1 take to do my video. I submitted it, and I went to an ER shift that night, and I actually kind of forgot about it. And so when I got an email a couple months later that I had actually been chosen, I was beyond elated, because honestly I didn't have the confidence to think that Hayhouse would have ever chosen me. So first of all, I want to put that out there, that let those things go. God, when I look back, just be confident in what you're bringing to the world, because each and every person that attends there I know has something special to share. Okay, but I want to talk to you about what happened during those 6 months of coaching with Reed and with Cheryl, and with working with my life coach in conjunction with that, and with my fellow participants, because my life changed so dramatically. I look back and I go, I can't believe I have done everything that I've done in 6 months. And I know it was because of that guidance that I got from all of those people. At the time when we started, I was living in Florida. I was working really long hours as an ER doctor. I was writing, and I was trying to figure out what was this? What was this passion? What was this drive? And Reed and Cheryl, Anastasia, my life coach, my comrades, they all led me. They all led me down this path that showed me exactly what it was. I got the opportunity to move to Hawaii, and guess what? Instead of questioning it, I did it. Within 6 months, I was living in Hawaii. That's where I am now. Cheryl gave me some homework, as my life coach had done as well. And their questions, I answered them honestly for the first time in my life. And I realized my passion, which I probably have always known, is in helping the dying and bringing awareness to that sacred transition. And so I've embraced that, and I'm doing that here in Hawaii. I'm writing. I'm following this burning desire that Wayne always talked about. And I can't tell you, maybe I would have gotten here, but I know it would have taken me a lot longer than 6 months. And so our coaching's over, and I can't say, words don't express the gratitude that I have for the gift that I have been given. And I only hope that I am able to really manifest this burning desire within me. But the beautiful part about all of this is I learned that it's just a journey. This journey, and following the guidance and having the faith and having the confidence. And that's the other thing Reed and Cheryl really gave me. I know I love to write, and I thought I was a pretty good writer, but to have those 2 people who are masters at writing tell me that I actually had a gift, it's only allowed my writing to explode. So I encourage you. I can't tell you enough. I buy your ticket, go to the conference. Don't go there with the mindset that you want to win the prize, though. Go there expecting the unexpected, knowing that you're there for a reason, and whatever's supposed to show up will. I thank you for listening. Again, my name is Dr. Charlotte Sharfin. Blessings.